We're taking the cheapest flight out of Europe and we have no idea where we'll end up.
No. You're a bad man.
I don't know where we arrived, but it is very windy.
But to make this challenge interesting, we've come up with 3 rules.
It can't be a country we've already visited. It must be a direct flight and we must avoid the Middle East as all flights throughout the region are cancelled. After scanning the internet, it all came down to just one flight and it's not somewhere we ever expected to go. So we're in Terminal 4, which has lots of different airlines and stuff, but I wonder if you guys can guess which one it is looking at this board. Do you think they'll get it?
No.
Comment down right now what you think it is.
Someone will.
Let's check into this flight. There it is.
Never flown with them before.
And I've just beat that out, so you don't have any ideas of where we're going. So the country we're going to, we don't really know much about at all.
Nothing.
I feel a little bit like naive about it.
Let's see what this place is like because I genuinely have no idea, and everyone I've told has also no idea.
They asked, why are you going there? And our answer is,
I'm
not really sure. We have dropped our bags, got through security really fast. How are you feeling?
So when we first looked at it, I was a little bit nervous, and I kind of did have to do some research to check if this was safe because I am a warrior, and I'm kind of intrigued now because I really just don't know.
With just an hour to go till our flight, I did some last minute research and booked a surprise for Emilia in a few days' time.
We are about to board our flight now, and we want to tell you the length of the flight is actually 9.5 hours, which I think makes the value of the flight even better.
Yeah.
Because even though it's the cheapest flight, it's really far out of Europe. Thank you.
Well, that's good. They actually let us on the flight. That's one step further.
The reason this flight was probably quite cheap is because it's quite empty, so we just moved and we've got 3 seats for the 2 of us.
That means I can lie down.
And I have to sit up, obviously. Always be kind to your girlfriend or partner. Look at all this space we've got.
We've got blankets, and they gave us little care packages with an eye mask and socks.
For an airline I've never heard of, it's actually pretty good, right?
Just got hot towels. This has leveled up. You don't even get that on Qatar. Actually, maybe you do. Maybe you get cold towels.
This is an economy shower. Nice and fresh.
So the price of this flight was £250, more than we first expected, but we were pleasantly surprised how nice this flight was, and it was taking us to a new region of the world.
How did you sleep?
I actually slept a little bit. I don't feel that bad right now, but I probably will crash later.
As we came into land, we both felt a mix of excitement and nerves as we entered a new region of the world we had never set foot in.
Here we go.
We have just landed in Kazakhstan.
We are in Almaty, and to be honest, we have no idea what it's going to be like over the next few days.
Kazakhstan is the 9th largest country on Earth, but few know much about its existence, and with it ending in Stan, it comes with negative connotations that might not be deserved.
Good job my suitcase arrived. I feel like an irresponsible tourist right now because we don't know the exchange rate. We don't know how to get into the city. We're going to have to try and find a taxi somewhere.
First things first, we need to get some cash out.
Take your money.
Okay.
Take your money. I kind of like not having anything planned.
It feels like we're rebels. 800 for water. Hopefully
That seems expensive.
probably isn't. So that water we just bought, I'm just gonna put it into the converter. £1.20. Not too bad. It feels like there's a few people around us waiting to pounce on an opportunity. Meter?
1000 by meter.
2000 meter.
1000 by meter.
Okay. We'll say it's official taxi.
How much?
Oh, yeah. Oh, party time!
For a while there, we definitely thought we had befriended this taxi driver, until it was time to pay.
You agreed on
No.
2,000.
No. Okay.
У нас по учетчикам километр 2000.
Oh, no!
You said 2,000!
No, you said 2,000. No.
2,000. Oh, jeez.
We tried to be nice and just take, one of the local taxis, but they just tried to take 50 quid of us. So I gave him 5,000, which I think is about 10 quid. Just get the official taxis. We thought he was being nice, but you just can't trust him.
Well, that probably wasn't the best start to a new country.
We did get scammed. He charges £60 and the rate is only £3.80, which is a huge difference.
Now, if you're anything like us, we have no real idea of what Kazakhstan is like. So we've kind of set ourselves 3 goals of what we want to kind of see and achieve before we leave.
We want to find out what the food is like, what the people are like, and what people actually do for fun in a country we know nothing about.
But for now, we are so jet lagged and tired. We're going to have a very lazy afternoon and yet an early night. We'll see you in the morning.
Good morning, guys. We are feeling so much more awake today, and we're just going to jump in a local taxi because we've worked out how to order them like an Uber on the map. Let's press the lift.
We actually had to go and get a local SIM because it wasn't working because we didn't have a phone number. But now we've got this app.
Yannick's Go is the way if you're in Kazakhstan.
Oh, here we go.
We're not going to be ripped off today.
I hope not.
I think that was a one-time thing. We have our driver. Oh, so far that was a lot easier, wasn't it?
That was definitely better.
Thank you.
That was so cheap. It was £1.89.
It was a 7-minute journey.
That is so cheap.
Kazakhstan! I love you so much!
That is like China prices, I think.
Where are we? This is one of the areas we got recommended to come to, and I think those bells is the cathedral here in Almaty.
It's actually a Sunday, so it is church day. I can see some gold glimmering through the trees.
It looks like something out of Disney. Look how perfect it is.
It's so
and the
colourful.
gold on top.
It does remind me of the buildings, I mean, I've never been, but the buildings in Moscow, you know, the...
Yeah, it does. That's the closest thing I can resemble this to.
I've never seen anything quite like this.
One thing I actually know about this area in Central Asia is that apparently it is a large demographic of really young people, and just walking around this kind of park area, you can really tell.
There's a lot of young people.
Yeah, there's people everywhere. Such young people. And pigeons as well. Oh. Why is there just loads of like kids riding like 4x4s? Like what is going on?
This is a Russian Orthodox church built entirely out of wood in 1904, and Almaty actually has the largest proportion of ethnic Russians in the whole of Central Asia.
When you look up Almaty online, you'll see that the Green Bazaar, which we're just coming up to now, is like one of the big things to do. So we've come to it. So Almaty actually means rich with apples, and apparently this is Kazakhstan, and near Almaty is the birthplace of the modern domestic apple. So the first apple which you could actually eat. So we're gonna have to try an apple, aren't we?
I feel like you have apples every day, but you never really think about where the apple comes from.
Oh, there we are. There we are, there's apples. I know you're looking at the strawberries though.
Speak of the devil. Let's get a couple of these.
Oh, that'll do. Okay. Thank you. We've locked in our apples, but I think we're gonna give them a little wash before we eat them, just to make sure we don't get sick. These are the father of all apples. These things are going to be good. Here we go. Let's go inside, see what else is in here. Oh wow. Look at everything.
The smell is kind of just of spices and a mix of everything. Whoa, is that just cottage cheese? I think, is that cottage cheese? I think so.
Look at that.
Okay, I'm not a fan of the cheese section, but this is my kind of vibe.
Look at that. Look how much fruit there is. Look at these mangoes.
It smells really sweet.
Look at these mangoes. So I think the writing's in, is it in Chinese? So they probably come from China, which is actually not far from here. What are you selling?
Juice.
Juice?
Yeah, fresh.
Have you got pomegranate juice?
Yeah.
How much is the pomegranate?
1,800.
Yeah.
Should we get one of those, please?
Where are you from?
We're from England.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So many.
Are the pomegranates grown in Kazakhstan?
No.
Where are they?
Uzbekistan, Tashkent.
Uzbekistan, Tashkent.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow, it's giving it a squeeze.
It's so good.
Kazakhstan.
Okay. How do you say thank you in Kazakh?
Rahmet.
Arakmet.
Arakmet. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Do you want to try some?
Yeah, I'll give it a go. Pomegranate juice. That feels so fresh. So it's actually grown in Uzbekistan.
That's really good.
It's so refreshing.
It's actually not sour at all. Sometimes it can be quite sour, but this one's really good.
But on the other side of the market, we came across one thing which surprised us.
Can you feel the sense of smell change?
This is the meat section.
Wow.
Not quite as nice as the fruit.
On the ceiling it says sheep there, and then this is the section for the horse, because horse meat is obviously very common in Central Asia. What is it?
Horse meat.
Horse meat?
How small horse meat?
I think she's okay.
Not for me.
So apparently this is horse meat. I've never had horse meat before.
It looks like ham.
It tastes like ham. Interesting.
Horse meat too.
Horse meat too?
Horse meat balls.
And what is it? Where from the horse? Like the neck or the...
Leg.
The leg, the leg. Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Thank you. Mmm.
Yeah?
It tastes like salami.
I can kind of smell salami.
So it came from there?
Yes.
It tastes really good.
Yes. It's delicious.
Ah, look, they have like a different,
the pack,
like
yeah.
salami.
Hello. I was a little bit reluctant to try that horse meat, but you got to remember, like, it's just the local like cuisine. That's like what people do. So I wanted to try it, and it was actually kind of good.
I'm trying to clear my nose of like the really strong meat smell that's kind of surrounding me. Well, I feel like this could be the sweet treat section.
Well, of course you led us here. Emilia always does.
Organic
Organic. What is it?
macadamia.
Macadamia.
Oh, macadamia.
Thank you.
Oh, that's actually really good.
I had no idea macadamia nuts was so nice.
It's so good.
Really sweet. We've entered like the clothing section of the market, and there's basically like everything you could think of here. They do obviously have big stores like Zara and all the international brands, but it seems like it's quite popular to buy stuff from here still, which is cool.
It's probably a lot more affordable here, isn't
Yeah, I would imagine so. It's quite good stuff. Lots of fakes, as usual, but some nice silk scarves and stuff. That market was very cool. I think it's immediately redeemed our view of the people here.
it? They've been so friendly to us, haven't they?
They're so nice in there, and everyone was like just getting us to try things. There wasn't too much pressure. I mean, at times there was, but there wasn't too much pressure generally to buy. Just around the corner from the bazaar, they have the Almaty Central Mosque, and it is a beautiful, huge building with like golden dome roofs. Actually, 70% of the population in Kazakhstan is Muslim, so that's why you have this big, beautiful building. But it's interesting to see the kind of multiculturalism of the church, and then this.
We are then. Let's go underground. I'm interested to see what it's like, because I think it might be a little bit like Soviet Union kind of style.
I think that's when it was built, back in the Soviet Union days.
We're feeling a little lost.
It's very, very empty.
Where do we get the tickets from? Oh wow, there's security here.
There's quite a grand station, isn't it?
It is a grand station.
Are we here?
And we just want to go one stop up to
Abbey.
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 Well done.
One stop.
You're learning your Russian.
I think we've worked it out.
So the construction of the metro began in 1988, but due to the collapse of the Soviet Union, it took 23 years to complete, officially opening in just 2011.
We arrived at the right station, have I?
The station's like very plain, but it also has like a grandeur to it. I don't know if it's the high ceilings. That's
the longest escalator I've ever seen. We're going to be on here for like 20 minutes.
It's quite slow again as well.
Just go through. Thank you. We just got a notification through from our contactless bank saying that journey cost 19 pence on the public transport.
I thought maybe that was just like, you know, sometimes you do an initial payment. That's how it works on the London tube anyway. But I think that's the overall price is 19p.
For one journey, one single. That is so cheap.
But actually, we got done by the exchange rate because it should have been 18p.
Oh, damn it. There's an Eiffel Tower.
Wait, did you know that would be here?
No.
What?
There's an Eiffel Tower. What is that doing here? Pretty random. I was not expecting that when we said we'd come to Kazakhstan.
It looks like someone's put some effort into building this. What is it for?
We're walking through this residential area and the buildings, look at this. There's a massive block of flats around here. It feels like that Soviet Union kind of vibe, very plain, very grey colours. It's so interesting. I've seen nothing like this before.
But there is loads of green spaces. I feel like they're opening up across the city.
We've just arrived in this humongous square in front of a building. I have no idea what it is, but it feels important because of the grand scale of it.
Very plain though, again, just like kind of nothingness apart from these random flowers.
Just here in front of me, it's probably the most Soviet looking building I've ever seen. This is Hotel Kazakhstan. What a unique name. And it's basically Soviet architecture with a golden crown at the top.
I kind of like the crown.
But the reason we're actually here is to go on a cable car, which is going to take us up one of the hills in the city. So Kok Tobe. Kok Tobe, I don't know. We don't know how to say it, do we?
Kok
Tobe.
Kok Tobe. I think at the top there might be kind of a fun fair situation. That's what I've heard. And I think this is actually a place a lot of people go on the weekends for a bit of fun.
Is this the cable car? How much are we talking?
One adult, 6,000.
I still don't know the exchange rate, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna have to look that up. It's £9.45, which is actually one of the more expensive things we've come across, even more than food. But maybe it's worth it.
Yeah?
Maybe it is.
I think we should give it a go.
Oh, for a round trip, it's 10,000.
Oh, we definitely want to
We're going to come back. £15.75. Can we go on the cableway?
Return, please. Yeah. 10,000.
Oh, it's bumpy.
Wobbly. Whoa, look at the mountains.
Oh,
that's so cool.
Cool view.
Yeah.
I can sit here.
Yeah, it's better view. Are you from Almaty?
No, I'm from Moscow, Russia.
Oh, from Moscow. Oh, wow. That's so cool.
And where are you from?
England.
Oh,
London. Yeah,
London.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. A lovely little ride up the mountain, and look at the view we have in front of us now of the whole of Almaty. It's such an expansive city.
The mountains look huge, and I just looked it up, and apparently the tallest mountain in the Almaty region is actually over 4,900 meters.
That is massive.
That is huge.
I think that's taller than Mont Blanc.
That's like when we were in the Andes in South America. Like,
massive.
That is properly tall.
And they're still snowy in the springtime.
This is one of the fun things about traveling somewhere you know so little about, is that you can find a beautiful view like this, and no one at home that I know really knows this exists.
We haven't been too sure about the language, but we've looked up recently, and basically here it's mostly Russian, which is spoken in everyday life. Kazakh is being spoken more, and English is actually being learnt a lot more by the younger people. But I'm surprised that Russian is the main language.
It's not a pirate ship, it's like a whole theme park up here.
On our quest to see what locals do for fun, we ended up a little disappointed.
We are really disappointed because after looking at the whole amusement park, the one thing which isn't open, which we really want to do, is this coaster. And we actually yesterday saw some really cool TikTok videos of people going down here, so maybe we'll show you them.
I
If you're coming to
wanted to
Almaty,
do that.
Yeah, you got to do it if you come here.
It looks so cool because you get the whole view of the city, and you just go around on one of those little...
It's like a little tobogganing thing.
Toboggan thing, yeah. We didn't get to do the other roller coaster, but I'm treating this as one. Woo! Not quite the same.
We then decided it was time to try some Kazakh food.
Here is the Kazakh restaurant. Look at the exterior. It looks great, doesn't it? Have a look at the menu first, see what it actually does. Can we have a table for two, please? Hopefully they do have an English menu. It is actually a very varied menu, so I think maybe it's not just Kazakh food, but look at this, tongue in sauce. Do you want some tongue in sauce?
I've never really thought about having tongue in sauce. Maybe today's the day.
I've not had this before as a little appetizer, but they've just given us cow's milk. Wow, that's not like the cow's milk you have in the UK, that's for sure.
Maybe it's fermented. I think that's quite a big thing here, like fermented milk. Does that make it alcoholic?
Alcoholic milk.
Is that not a thing? I've just looked it up and it says yes, fermented milk in Kazakhstan is lightly alcoholic.
It's only lightly alcoholic, so I don't think we're gonna get drunk tonight off cow milk. What's your thoughts? No, not a fan?
A little tangy for my taste. I got the Gairu Lagman, and it is basically a noodle dish with vegetables. Traditionally, I think it comes with meat, but I just went for veg.
How are they?
Those are some of the best noodles I've ever had.
Really?
Like the actual noodle themselves is like almost chewy, but like really nice. Yeah.
What's the sauce like?
It's like a vegetable gravy with like potatoes, onions, and I think this is like bell peppers.
So I have gone for chicken kurap, and it's basically chicken with potatoes and pickled onions on the top. This is also a traditional Kazakh meal. I want to go for the potatoes because they look so soft.
They look so nicely roasted.
It's like having roast potatoes at home.
Is it actually?
Yeah, they're really tasty.
Oh, I'm kind of jealous. I love a roast potato.
Oh yeah, I think we've both ordered well here.
Yeah.
You never know when you're trying a brand new cuisine.
As we enjoyed the yummy Kazakh food, I started to become curious about tomorrow's plan, as Joel had apparently planned something I had no idea about.
Okay guys, I don't want to tell you too much, but tomorrow is going to be eventful. We're heading outside the city, somewhere we don't know much about at all. It's going to be interesting. Anyway, we want to tell you the price of dinner. How much was dinner?
It came to a total of 10,450.
Which is about £16.50.
£16.
Not bad for Kazakhstan.
I cannot read it.
Anyone can translate this for us.
I actually don't really know what's happening tomorrow. If you don't know, Joel is a much better planner than
I'm
me.
the organiser, and I've organised something interesting, let's say.
I really have no idea, like I've not even seen photos, so it's all open.
See you in the morning. I'm driving in Kazakhstan. There are obstacles everywhere. There is people pulling out, people opening doors.
Trailers.
People on the road. It is a little bit overwhelming. Why is there just a dog in the road? Look.
Oh, poor little guy.
It's just a man crossing the street.
It's the highway, bro. There's a lady with her suitcase.
Walking up the highway.
On the highway. What is she doing? Where is she going? Apparently the police here are quite strict and there are cameras everywhere. So we need to really stick to that speed limit, and a lot of this signage is only in Russian. First fuel stop, and obviously there's a bit of a world fuel crisis right now.
I don't know how much fuel is here, but
let's have a look.
Turn right into the courtyard, then turn left.
Okay. English.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
9-5.
9-5.
Yeah.
9-5.
Okay. You're very good. What a friendly guy. This is very confusing. No one speaks any English.
You figured it out.
Yeah, just about.
We got the window cleaned.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you. We're about half an hour outside the city now, and the driving is so much easier. The roads are pretty much empty, and you can just go as fast as you want, really, along this highway.
No cameras.
As we passed through a small remote town, we pulled over for some lunch and ended up with some decent fast food served by the kindest people.
Well, that was a lovely little lunch stop, and those people were so kind. They even gave us free chocolates.
That's how you get Emilia's heart. Chocolate.
Speaking of chocolate, Joel just stopped at the services and he came back with this Kazakhstan chocolate bar. And I really like the wrapper. It's a very cool flag, and I'm quite excited to try this. I actually have no idea where we're going or where he is taking me. A mountain range has popped up in front of us, and we believe those are over the border into China, into Western China. And we've spent a lot of time in China, but never over the West. But it's kind of weird to think that we're so close right now. I think it's only like an hour and 40 minutes to the border.
Here we are.
Where are we? I don't know where we arrived, but it is very windy.
We're just in the middle of Kazakhstan, literally, with these beautiful mountains in the background. Welcome guys to Charyn Canyon. It feels like we've washed up in somewhere like Arizona or Utah. I didn't know Kazakhstan had somewhere quite like this. Look at these beautiful rock formations.
It's stunning. I had no idea how colourful it would be. And like the beautiful mountains over there, I think that's actually Kyrgyzstan?
Kyrgyzstan and China.
China's over there.
Yeah, I'm so excited to show you where we're staying tonight because it's pretty cool. Amelia's gone for the cool alien look. You look a bit like an alien.
It's chilly.
I don't know how we ended up here, but we did, and I'm very thankful. This place is awesome.
I love the shadows from the sun.
I know, beautiful.
We decided to call it a night, as tomorrow morning we had a plan to head through the canyon.
Good morning, guys. It is time we show you where we slept last night.
It is so quiet out here this morning. The wind has completely died down. This is our cabin. It's got this beautiful kind of red sandstone effect on the outside.
Kind of matches the environment we're in, doesn't
it does. Kind of the canyon vibe. And it's actually a beautiful room. I don't think I realized how nice it was going to be. We have a huge bed. I think this is actually one of the biggest beds we've had.
It's a king size, yeah.
I could sleep that way. And we have a beautiful view out to the canyon and the snowy mountains in the distance. It is hot this morning.
It is, it's so much warmer, isn't it?
Yeah. Look how big this handle is as well. It's like my forearm. We have this lovely balcony area looking out.
A private view of this barren landscape. There's no real towns nearby, so to be able to stay like overnight in this canyon area is pretty cool. Now this did cost £150 a night, which for Kazakhstan I think is quite expensive, but we are pretty remote out here, so I kind of understand why the price is that.
Since it's not windy at all this morning, we're actually going to go for a hike down in the canyon, which is what we hoped to do yesterday, but with that wind we were like, nah. Kazakhstan's showing off.
These steps are so small that it feels weird to walk down.
It's like really shallow, so you're like barely bending your knee.
Yeah.
I actually feel like I'm back in Jordan. This time last year we did like a 5-day hike through the Jordanian desert and it looks like this with the same heat.
It's so cool, isn't it? Look at these incredible rock formations. We're walking down the track of the Valley of Castles, and I'm gonna guess it's because a lot of the ridge lines and the rock formations kind of look like castles, but all of the signs are in Russian and Kazakh, so we can't really read them.
Kind of can see like almost turrets of a castle up front.
There, yeah.
I've just seen like a hare. He's up there.
Oh yeah, it's like a desert hare, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we're in the desert.
Being surrounded by incredible nature in a country we barely heard about just a week earlier felt surreal. I think that's one of the beautiful parts of travel, connecting and learning about new corners of the world, beyond the assumptions we had.
This canyon is actually formed by a river and water when it actually rains here, which I don't think is a lot, but we have just reached the end of the canyon and what we've been walking to, and that is supposedly a river. Hopefully it's not dried out. But looking at these green trees, it's like we've arrived in an oasis.
I've got a stitch. I ate my porridge too quickly.
Oh dear. There is a fast flowing river just at the bottom of this dry desert canyon. I genuinely believe the river could have been dried up, but look at this. A beautiful oasis.
It's literally an oasis at the end of the desert. No wonder it's so green around here. Look at the colour of the water.
It might be from all the snow, those snowy mountains. I guess it's all melting at the moment.
Yeah. Let's see how cold this water was.
Is it snowy?
Oh, it is quite cold. That's like New Zealand glacial rivers.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, definitely melted snow then.
I kind of fancy going in, but it said no swimming.
Oh, that is like painful.
I like it. I actually can't believe how pretty this is. I had no idea this was in Kazakhstan.
I had no pictures of this. I didn't know we'd actually end up here. At this beautiful oasis. The trip doesn't end here though. We are taking probably the craziest train ride in the next video. So if you haven't already, go down and hit subscribe because you don't want to miss this one. I think it's going to be a good one.
It's going to be interesting.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.